So, part two, but also trigger warning. There's a few things that'll be discussed that are raw, real, and may cause someone to feel a certain way. And so I wanted to give you a trigger warning at first. So at the end of part one, I talked about how I went to the clinic with his mom, and when I was at the clinic with his mom, I tried to get birth control, couldn't, I was pregnant. So before this, him and I lived in a little house by ourselves with some friends away from his mom. So after we went to the clinic and I found out that I was pregnant, she decided that I needed to get away from him and be with her. So that's when I found out, I think they said that I was like 6 or 8 weeks pregnant at that time. And then, so then, because at this point now I'm an embarrassment, right? Because I'm a teenager, I'm run away from home, I'm living with this older person, I'm pregnant, I'm on things, I'm drinking things I'm not supposed to, I'm not old enough or shouldn't be doing any of these activities at all. None. And if you guys come at my parents, they don't know. They have no idea. At the time, there was a lot of stress on them. They were taking care of my grandparents and my brother, and my dad was getting close to retiring from the military in 2001. So there was a lot of stuff going on then. So, yeah, and they didn't know what to do. And I wasn't going to let them stop me. So anyways, so she then, at this time, his mom, separates me from him. And so now I need to, as I'm pregnant, remove myself from the previous activities and things that I was doing. And if you've heard my testimony live before, you know that I detoxed in a garage, pregnant, by myself, literally locked in. They would come and give me food and drinks and stuff, but, you know, I'm an embarrassment. I can't, they don't have money, they don't have stuff, they don't want to talk to people, explain things or whatever, why this situation the way it is. So they put me away by myself. Twin mattress on a garage floor. So at some point during my process of getting away from the things, let me back up. The night that I found out that I was pregnant, I had this dream of this child that had birth defects and issues, and they looked at me and said, "Mom, all you had to do was stop." And I woke up in a cold sweat, and I got sick, and I was crying, terrified, overwhelmed, and in that moment I knew I had to go cold turkey, and I knew that I had to stop, because I don't know if it was a warning from God or coming off whatever I was coming down off. I don't know what it was, and it doesn't matter. The point is, I knew, and I did. And it took weeks. And while I was in there, in the garage, she was talking to people saying that she didn't know how I got there, that I was a runaway. She needed to figure out how to get me help and how to get me back to my parents. And at this time, my parents had already moved away from Missouri and moved down to Louisiana. And I'm not sure where my grandpa went, but my grandma was in a nursing home. and some other people were taking care of them. But my dad retired, and they moved back to my childhood home in Nikki Lynn in Louisiana. And so while I'm in the garage by myself, detoxing and doing these things, she's talking to people, telling them that I ran away, trying to get me to go home, and blah, blah, blah. So she found a church or an organization or something, I don't know what, but they were going to give me a Greyhound bus ticket. And so after it looked like that I was done getting sick and having problems, she got this Greyhound bus ticket and she sent me home. And I rode on a Greyhound bus station, Greyhound bus from Moline, Illinois to the Arklatex, which is Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. It's like a tri-state area up there. And I did it with a backpack and no money, no food, nothing. Just my ticket in my backpack and the few belongings and clothing that I had. And at this time I was several months pregnant, and God provided the whole entire way for me. And it's approaching 7 again, so I'm going to go ahead and do a part 3. Bye, guys.